I owe everything that I learned about neurodiversity and all the transcendental changes that I have experienced in my views to my children, two quirky individuals with their unique strengths and challenges. A tech professional born and raised in the former Soviet Union, where the topics of giftedness, neurodiversity, twice exceptionality, and learning differences were never discussed, I was thoroughly unprepared for the challenges my family faced. And having gone through the rigid public school system and the society with a closed-minded mentality, I was torn between following the rules of my upbringing and accepting alternative attitudes towards parenting and life in general. Though in hindsight, my journey began from the day my kids arrived into this world, or maybe even earlier, the more I learn about twice exceptionality, the more I see it in myself and other family members. I treat the first day of my son's first grade as the beginning of my neurodiversity advocacy journey. Almost daily bombardment of messages from his school teacher that emphasized his lack of compliance, inability to transition from one task to the next, and generally unacceptable behavior stunned and unnerved me. I could not accept that these statements were about my son, my intelligent, curious, and kind kid that I got to know in the past several years. I was confused by the contrast in how I viewed him and how school personnel perceived him. And this confusion became the source of major stress. I desperately searched for answers in hopes of understanding what I was missing, what I was doing wrong, and what to do about it. After weeks of frantic Google searches, I serendipitously came across a web page with a list of characteristics of twice exceptional children, a term completely unknown to me then, and realized this is it. This is what I was looking for. The seemingly disparate traits I have experienced with my baby, toddler, and kindergartner, from sleep difficulties, food sensitivities, and high energy, to the ability to hyperfocus, advanced vocabulary, and insatiable thirst for knowledge, finally made sense. What followed is a roller coaster of assessments, evaluations, therapies, studies, diagnoses, reports, IEP meetings, services, frustration, anxiety, doubt. I've experienced what I call the 5 stages of diagnosis grief, starting from denial, this must be a mistake, anger, no one understands what we're dealing with, bargaining, if only we can do this one other type of therapy, depression, nothing works. And finally, after many years, acceptance. It felt lonely and isolating. I longed for community. I longed for belonging. I longed for my people. I searched for them in the Russophone, science enthusiasts, special needs, gifted, profoundly gifted, and homeschooling circles. As I searched and researched, I realized that our society and school system are largely unaware of how to support my kind of kids. I learned that by acting out, kids try to communicate to us adults their discomforts, and we fail to understand their language. I understood that in Ross Greene's famous words, kids do well if they can. I had epiphanies about the meaning of learning versus education, the definition of happiness versus success, and the value of being versus doing. So here I am, expanding my neurodiversity advocacy beyond just one family, my own, and positioning my brand as building bridges between the education community that has done so much research in giftedness, neurodiversity, twice exceptionality, and learning differences, and 3 other communities I am a part of: parenting, Russophone, and tech. Thank you.